Hello, my name is Ebenezer, and I'm an event staffing entrepreneur from Nigeria. There has been a lot of happenings in Nigeria since 2020, from the COVID-19 down to the NSARS protest, and a lot of other happenings, but you don't get to hear it from only me today. I have with me my acquaintances. I'll also be sharing their experience with you. Let's meet them.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Alex Meje. I am the MD CEO of Easy Services. We are an IT company, IT and solar company that was formed in 2017. Basically, what we do is hybrid solar installations. We also do IT hardware supplies and also IT solutions for enterprises and also for small and medium-sized businesses as well. So that's a little bit about me.
My name is Ezinwanne Maduabuchi. I'm a medical doctor. I work with FMC Asaba as a public health president.
My name is Uche. I am a product designer. I design products in the form of software solutions, both mobile and web applications for clients. And I also dabble into 3D product designs and visualizations as well. So yeah, that's it about. Good afternoon.
My name is Chemeka Evelyn, and I work with NAFDAC. Basically, I'm in the investigation and enforcement directorate of NAFDAC here in Apapa, Lagos.
My name is Uche, and I'm an e-commerce expert. We also do social media marketing for SMEs and corporate firms. We also do mini importations and procurement for companies as well. We're based in Lagos.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Nice to meet you all. Very interesting. So, anybody wants to share with us what work life have been like since the COVID-19? Like, we know businesses had to pause for some time, and only essential services were allowed to take part. Has this affected your job in any way? Are things picking up in Nigeria? Has the post-COVID or the COVID situation right now in Nigeria?
So basically, when the COVID-19 problem started, I wasn't in the southern part of Nigeria, I was in the north. So I was in FMC Gusau in Zamfara State. And basically, the way it started out for us was more like people didn't actually believe there was anything like COVID-19 except except the medical people. In fact, they ended up terming it an illness for just doctors. Like, doctors are the only people that had the illness. We, the nurses and other people, were the only people that had the illness. They didn't believe they had it. So it took a lot of awareness and people actually coming down and dying with the illness for them to actually believe that it was true. So, but basically it was a trying time because everything was on standstill, but we still had to be at work, we still had to see patients, and we still had to see COVID-19 patients. And I'm sorry, I don't know how far this is going to go, but the government was not helping because they weren't giving us things like PEP. We were out there on our own. We had to do, like, I basically had to procure face masks on my own. N95, everything. I had to do that for my own protection. I lost a couple of colleagues to it. And it was very sad because in a country where things are supposed to work, you're supposed to, at least you that you're in the forefront, you're supposed to have some form of protection and all that. But we didn't have that, and we're literally out there on our own.
This is like starting from the scratch again, trying to see that whatever people take is good for consumption. But no, this period made everybody to ignore the bad food, bad water. You see, you go to some factories, there is no normal procedures in undergoing anything. They'll tell you, it's the virus, so we wanted to come to NAFDAC, but we couldn't come. These are things that are happening, but we have to correct these things. I guess it's going to take a long time. Trying to tell them, if you seal up, they'll tell you, you want to kill us. How do we cope? How do we do this? So it looks as if you don't have human sympathy. This has not only affected us as a federal agency, it has affected the people that have duly registered their products. They won't sell because other people have imported their own another type of their products to sell, because that one will be cheaper. And there's no money there. Everybody, Nigerians want to buy the cheaper ones. They want to see the one that you're selling for 20 naira. If they see it for 5 naira, they will just jump for it to get it. They won't want to know the health implication or whatever that might have caused them. So it has really affected all of us.
Affected us in a lot of ways. A lot of ways. We could not procure items, we could not ship, and we could not even clear items that had come into Nigeria. And also, it also skyrocketed the cost of clearing the goods. The dollar rates were high. The clearing cost was I think ×2 of what it used to be. So we had a lot of challenges, because e-commerce is not, apart from the online aspect where you need to run your ads and do other online stuff, we also have the offline where you need to physically take this product to the doorstep of the buyers. And if you don't have the courier companies on ground to do that, it's going to affect you in a lot of ways. You understand? So I think the COVID-19 has really affected us, and it did a lot of damages too. Although we tried to adjust, but it didn't work out the way we planned. Thank you.
So how about now? Are things coming back to normal?
Yeah, gradually things are coming back to normal. But the dollar is still high. And when you ask them, they say it's caused by the COVID-19. I think then dollar used to be 350, naira $350. But now I think the last report I got was 495. I was asked to pay 495 per dollar.
495 is correct.
Exactly, that's what they said I should pay. And the clearing costs as well. Then we used to clear goods $4.5 per kg. Right now, we're still doing it. Yesterday they sent me a report and I saw $11 per kg, and I was like, how? So I think,
That's
that's
well over 100%.
Exactly, we're still feeling the effects of the COVID-19, because when you ask them, they'll just immediately tell you COVID-19.
Yeah.
My own business was affected because for the first part, you're not able to see your customer. It was around the later of the year, maybe around from July, when people started to adapt to new ways of the new norm of doing business, which is through online meetings and online. But that also comes with all challenges as well.
So a big part of working in the tech firm is remote working. And it wasn't up until recently, it wasn't something that was really adopted that much in Nigeria. Most people wanted people to come to the office, and the whole struggling with commuting and traffic was a bit of a hassle. So, but right now, it just opened our minds to the fact that this whole COVID situation rather opened our minds to the fact that remote working is doable, is plausible. And I would say it hasn't really affected my work personally. It hasn't affected my productivity. Just maybe the social part of it. Sometimes it just feels good to step out of the house a bit, go meet other people, get out of your shell. But apart from that, and then the psychological effects that it had on people, it just created a lot of scare and paranoia as to, what this COVID is and whether people have contracted it and stuff like that. But apart from that, I don't think productivity-wise for me it has affected my work.
So let's just jump right to the next question. Recently there was a protest by Nigerian youths called the NSARS protest, and it was a global view. I mean, everything around the world heard about it. So the government is currently doing NSARS. What's the political situation in Nigeria? Has the demands of the Nigerian youth been there? Was there anything that was done tangible, like a result that we had from that protest? So what is the government actually doing after the protest?
I was very passionate about the protest. I was very concerned about it, because personally I've been harassed by the SARS operatives, not once, not twice, multiple times. Because in Nigeria, being a young man driving in a nice car, I mean, they immediately just hastily condemn you. They don't even allege, they just condemn you. Exactly, they condemn you immediately criminal, and it's crazy. They go through my phones, they see transactions in dollars, sometimes me paying foreign agents, suppliers, and they immediately just conclude that you're a criminal, and next thing they start billing you, and if you don't, they will beat you up and get you arrested. So when the protest came on, I was really the forefront. I was pushing it on social media, and it also revealed a lot of things. It revealed how shameless our leaders are and how insensitive they are to the concerns of the citizens. Initially, they came with a lot of strategies. They wanted to make it a tribal thing. They tried turning the North against us. Secondly, they tried making it they even tried making it a religious thing as well. They paid talks to come and attack peaceful protesters. But I was happy to see you standing up for their rights. I was happy to see we coming together in oneness. And I was particularly happy because we didn't have any leader. But if I had a leader, we know what happened to Two-Face Idibia, we know what happened to Showore. The same thing would have happened to the leaders as well. They would have hijacked them, tortured them, bribed them, and coerced them into turning back on the protest. But it happened that way. And I saw a lot of crowd. People were really, it shows that people are really tired and fed up of the whole system. Not even SARS only, everything. I mean, everything about Nigerian government is crazy. Running the business as a young person in Nigeria is like you swimming against tides. You keep getting problems from here and there from Nigerian government, and they are not supportive in any way. So I think it was a good one. At least they know that we can actually do something in this jet age. We have the social media at our hands, and we cannot actually use it for good. And I was happy.
I'm not sure if like the demands were met at the end of the day, but I'm sure that it made even the slightest impact. I'm happy with the way it started. It being a peaceful protest, it was quite surprising that the youth were going to be able to carry this out. In as much as, Mr. Alex said, it wasn't really that very well planned. It was kind of like a spur of the moment thing, but it was still very well organized from the beginning. If we continued with that string, it would have been perfect. It just so happens that, forces above us just turned the game to another thing altogether. And then we ended up, it ended up becoming like a violent situation. But I'm happy with the fact that it happened, and at least we now know, we've proven to ourselves and to Nigeria that the youth are not silent. We can say something, and we can actually let our voices be heard at the end of the day. That is the impact that we've made. So, but as for the results being met, let's just say that's an open question, but I'm not sure.
I'd say there was no offense to the struggle, but there was literally no impact because I did not see any difference that was made. None of the requests they had on the NSARS thing, none of it was met. Instead, people were injured, they were vandalized, properties were vandalized, and they just dispersed the crowd. I don't know about other places, but where I am right now in Asaba.
So for the last question, I just need two people to answer this. How would you describe Nigeria to someone outside the country? What is life like here for an average Nigerian youth? How is the environment? Does it enable thriving? So what is it like life in Nigeria? How would you describe it to someone who is just visiting for the first
time? Nigeria is a beautiful place. It has its idiosyncrasies, but it's a beautiful place. That's one. Two, you have to have the hustling spirit. You have to be street smart, no matter your profession. Even if your profession is in a suit and collar kind of profession, you have to be street smart because not being street smart in Nigeria is almost like a suicidal attempt. That's one. So you have to know that the government does literally nothing for you.
Absolutely nothing.
I don't know about people that have families that have connection, but for someone like me that I grew up on the streets of Lagos, I have hustled my way through to where I am right now, and everything is hustle. Like, you have to read better than everybody, you have to know how to make money better than everybody, you have to be street smart, even if you're book smart. If you can't be street smart in Nigeria, please just retreat. But basically, it's hustle. Just know that you rely on the government for nothing. You do everything you have to do to make your life comfortable and convenient. Except I want to jam, but that's how Nigeria is for me. I just feel if you can't hustle, just fall back. That's how I would describe Nigeria. But it's still a beautiful place. We have our joyful spirit. We have our happy, funny spirits. We are bubbling people, and somehow it's always amazing how we can overcome all this that is thrown at us with such a good spirit. I think that is one thing I like about Nigerians. We have a good spirit. Trust me. And I just really hope that all we go through, that spirit is not broken, because it's really an amazing one. But if it struggles, oh my God, we have numerous. But that's how I describe Nigeria to someone else.
Okay, anyone else want to have the last word with this? Just one last person.
I'll just build upon what Ezinwanne has said. Nigeria is a beautiful place indeed. It has a lot of culture, and Nigeria as a people, you know, great and all, culture, food, sightseeing, and all that. But as a system, not really, not really. You're going to have to be a whole lot more than just surviving. You're going to actively. It's like it's almost like as if everyone is trying to claw their way through to where they want to be, because it's almost as if the system is not really that favorable or conducive. It's not, yeah, it's not just favorable. So you have to really fight your way through to get to anything. So, but as you know, for tourists, people that want to just come and see Nigeria, see the people, see the culture, I mean, well done. But if you want to move camp here, you have to, you know, wear the battle armor. You have to wear the battle armor to come and actually live with us and do business with us, because yeah, that's just Nigeria for you.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for participating. It's been fun. Thank you for your insight.